Hi folks! Welcome to Living the Skye Life. I'm Willie, a musician.
And I'm Sarah, an artist.
If you're new here, this channel's about our journey escaping suburban life and moving to our dream home, a 200-year-old cottage on the Isle of Skye in the Scottish Highlands.
Along for the ride are our two crazy but adorable pups, Jack Spaniels and Nori.
Join us as we experience the highs and lows of living in a remote corner of a wild Hebridean island.
This week, it's all systems go to get the Skye Life cottage garden ready for the veg growing season.
But first, we need to finish building our hopefully puppy-proof planters, and we have an oddball plan for growing some good old Scottish tatties.
A plan which involves the semi-wild ponies that roam our glen.
Plus, we're back in the kitchen making a foraged delicacy.
And we start to wonder if the wild weather will jeopardise our upcoming trip to the Outer Hebrides.
If you don't already, hit subscribe to keep up with our weekly adventures.
Join us as we continue.
Living the Skye Life. We're out in the shed because today is the day we're going to finish the build part of these planters. I did a bit in the middle as well, which I didn't film because it was just repetition, but today we're actually going to finish the build.
And we need to do it because the seeds have already started sprouting.
Yes, they have. We need to get them finished and we need to get the little plants in there ready for growing.
And we need to paint them.
So we've got Sarah and me on the tools today.
Yeah, let's do it! The plan was for me to cut lengths of wood while Willie nailed them into place on the planters. We were hoping to finish before the looming storm clouds hit. Well, we're about 20 minutes in and rain has stopped play on the cutting of boards. Hopefully it won't come to much. We'll just have to wait and see.
Ta-da! Another one is built.
Number two
Of four. And we're going to try and get them all done today.
if the rain lets us.
That's right, but we've filmed that one together, so we're not going to film the other ones, or it'll just be the same thing over and over and over, which is boring. So we're not going to do that. We'll just show you when they're all done. Well done.
Cup of tea time.
Tea.
Tea break.
All right.
Tea and toast.
So what we're doing here is we're going to put a board down on this edge because otherwise this is going to be exposed to the elements. Loads and loads of water is going to creep in there over time. So we're cutting the boards and have to save a bit of wood. So yeah, let's do that.
This time it was Willie cutting the boards and I was measuring and nailing them into place to neatly finish off the planters.
Look at these, Jack. All done. 4 of. Really happy with these.
What's this, Nori? Look at these. You're not allowed in them.
Well done, dear.
No, it's ever stopped him.
We smashed the...
Woo!
We're so happy with them. Yeah, I mean, we could have bought them from a garden centre, but they would have cost an absolute fortune. All in, all the materials, I think that was about, what, 350? Something like that?
Maybe 400 with all the nails and stuff.
Right, okay, so 400 for those 4 planters though, handmade. So yeah, I think you'd struggle to get them for that built. So yeah, let us know what you think. We've got to line them next, and then once they're lined, we're going to paint them, or the other way around, depending how we decide to do
We'll
it.
see how we feel. But
Yeah.
the paint colour has been decided by our patrons, so
Yes.
stay tuned to see what we chose.
Exactly. We're in the Skye Life Cottage kitchen. And we're going to make some wild garlic pesto. Now I realise that we made it last year, or Sarah did. However, we've got a lot more subscribers now and a lot more viewers. It's one of our favourite things as well. Plus it's such a big important part of our foraging season every year, so...
Yeah, it's like the star, isn't it?
It's very easy to make and we're going to show you how. This is the wild garlic. It's just been soaked in water for about 15 minutes. We should give it a good clean around next, and then we'll spin it in the salad spinner and get the water off it. Right, I'll do the washing and pass it over in a bowl. Washing the wild garlic. I actually like to take the cleanest ones anyway. I tend to avoid the ones that are covered in bird.
Insert a bleep there. Oh, we've got a flower bud there. You can actually eat those, can't you?
Yeah, flowers are fine.
They're very garlicky.
Yeah.
The buds.
All of it's garlicky because it's garlic.
Well, true. Wild garlic.
Do they make it into deodorant?
I mean, you could pitch it to them.
I don't think it would go well.
I don't think they'd take it up. They might do it for an April Fool's. If Wild Deodorant do a wild garlic joke.
We came up with it, alright?
I'm just going through and checking for any blades of grass or anything that isn't wild garlic. Or any really thick stalks because they're probably a bit bitter.
Here it is. So it's 3 bowls of wild garlic leaves, and we're going to make a lot of wild garlic pesto that we use right through the year. So it looks like a lot of leaves there, but actually we will get through all of them for sure.
Traditionally, you do use pine nuts for pesto, but we use walnuts because it's a lot cheaper and you still get a really nice flavour as long as you toast them well beforehand.
Yeah, otherwise they're too bitter. But when you toast them, it makes them that sort of nutty, sweeter taste. It's nicer.
We do have some pine nuts and we toast them just beforehand and add them in whole to the pesto so you get a nice crunch as well. So that's a good way of doing it if you like the pine nut flavour, but you don't want to pay the price.
So that's it. We're toasting the walnuts. What are you doing next?
Gonna juice some lemons and that's pretty much it.
And
Add it all together.
parmesan.
Oh yeah, we need some parmesan. It's not it at all. Gonna juice some lemons and I'm gonna chop the parmesan as well.
Okay, so the walnuts are now toasted, and we've got the cheese, we've got the lemon juice, we've got the, of course, wild garlic. We need a little bit of seasoning and olive oil. Right, so let's start making it. You need quite a lot of oil, but this makes quite a lot of pesto.
Little goes a long way with wild garlic pesto, flavour wise.
Yeah. Right, I think my work here is done. Let's get this into a bowl and get it served. Cool, we got 4 little boxes of the stuff, so that's really good. That's plenty for now.
It's pretty late in the season compared to when we'd normally make it back in Fife. That would be March time. But because the glen has the hills on both sides, it doesn't get a lot of direct sun here, so this is actually quite a late crop.
And as I say, we'll get more this year, I'm sure.
Yeah. We had it on some crusty bread for lunch, and we'll probably have some pasta at some point.
We've got another thing that we're going to do as well, but we're not saying yet.
We've got another idea.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that. Now we just have to decide who's going to do the washing up. Because you can't put this stuff in the dishwasher because everything comes out green.
Team effort, I think. And I'd like to add something as well. It goes without saying, I hope, that you have to be 100% sure about eating wild foods. If there's any doubt whatsoever, don't do it. It's too risky. I've been foraging for more than 20 years and I've been picking this every year for as long as I can really remember. So we know what we're doing. But like I said, just don't take any risks. Right, time to wash up.
The evening we finished building the planters turned out so nice, and as on Skye you never know how long the sun is going to last, we decided to get a coat of paint on them straight away.
And we are done.
We're done for the day.
Yes, that was a long day. They look good though, eh?
They look really good. Thanks to our patrons for helping us out with deciding on the colour. We were a bit torn because I thought I wanted a colour, but then you said white to sort of blend in with the cottage.
Yeah.
But then we also thought that white would make the cottage paint look a bit dingy because that probably needs a new coat at some point.
Next year, I think so, yeah.
That's another job for another day.
Yeah.
I think this is really good. I like it.
The paint is called seagrass, so it kind of goes with the sea and the grass, which is around here. I like it. I think it's a good paint colour.
So we've got another coat to do, but it's getting late now. The sun's about to go down, and we've got 2 dogs in the kitchen who are very unhappy with not being involved in the painting.
And are hungry, and so are we.
Yes.
Let's get in there.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Just putting some drainage holes in the bottom.
Yeah, because you don't want a big tray of water, do you?
No, we don't want it pooling at the bottom. And if you're wondering about the headgear, it's because we've been painting.
Yes.
And
second coat.
I'm a very messy painter.
We decided not to paint the insides and opted for a special plant-friendly membrane to protect the also plant-friendly treated wood. The membrane also doubled as a rather fetching cape for garden capers. Okay, that's it done. Built, painted and now lined. And now it's time to put some dirt in there.
Lined using my staple gun from university for building canvases back in the day. So I'm glad that came in handy.
So the next thing is we've got to mix the topsoil with the compost and get them in the planters.
We had a ton bag full of topsoil that needed decanting into the planters. Willie took on the manual labour of shifting the soil, while I helped by breaking up the big clumps and mixing in compost to make a nutrient-rich bed for our seedlings.
Well, that's it. We finished.
Yay!
We're very tired. That was hard going.
It was.
But we got there.
Made so much easier by the attendance of 2 spaniels.
Being little Pescosaurus wretches.
Nori has been on top form today. He ate a bee,
Yes, he did. He ate a bee.
tried to save it, and he found it again and ate it.
Yeah, spicy.
And they've been under our feet, in the planters, in the tools, in the compost, helping.
Anyway, it's done now and they look amazing, and that is the start of the process of growing some vegetables for the first time at Skye Life Cottage. Next year when we haven't got a little puppy, we can probably do a bit more and I'll put in bigger planters, but for now this is our way of hopefully preventing him from jumping in and eating all the carrots right out of the ground. They love carrots, both of them. So yeah, happy days. Happy?
Happy.
Tired.
Tired.
As you might know, I write and record all of the music that's on this channel and the other channels we've got as well. I get a fair amount of people asking if that music's ever going to be available, and the answer is yes, it is. It's going to be over on my Bandcamp, and I'm uploading this track. You might recognise this from the channel. The track is called Mountain Tops. It's now available over on the Bandcamp. The link will be in the video description below. We are in the shed because today we're going to be making some potato planters from ton bags of topsoil. The reason I ordered 2 tons is because the first one was for the planters and the second one is for putting potatoes in.
Yep, and we figured we could just use the bags to make the potato planters, and hopefully they'll be high enough so that Nori won't get in and dig them out.
And then we'll earth them up when they're about 10 centimetres tall. We're just going to top up the soil, that's what you're meant to do.
Today we've got to decant the soil from 1 ton bag and split it between 2, which is going to be his job.
Yep.
He's the muscle, and I'm going to be breaking it all up and mixing it with compost.
Yep, that's the idea, so let's get it done. Right, so that's the beds done, eh?
Yep, and we are very much warmed up now.
Very much. And now we're going to get the potatoes in. Don't go too close to the edge, but just like 10 centimetres down approximately.
So like 2 rows?
Or you just dot them about, just make sure that the seeds are pointing up the way. Spares.
We do have spares. Well, we've got some tatties left over, enough for another bag, and we do have still half a bag of that topsoil and some compost, so...
Yep, and I kept that juicing bag, so that means we're going to take the topsoil that's in the bag now, put it in the juicing bag, and that'll be the topping up bag, because we wanted to have 3 of the same colour bags, didn't we?
It's all about the aesthetics, you know, the nice ton bags.
Hessian builder's bags. They look alright though.
Willie's going to crack on with doing that, and I'm going to head down to the foreshore because we're going to use some lovely rotted horse manure from the wild highland ponies that frequent the glen.
Fertiliser, free, on your doorstep, from celebrity horses.
The glamour of it.
So the plan is that that bag is going there, but first I need to get rid of all these rocks. So, yeah, that's going there. And the juicing bag's going there, and then I'll have 3 of the same coloured bags. I'll move these rocks first. I'm kind of hoping I didn't have to move that one. I think I do. Go big in. So many boulders.
I brought Jack down with me because he loves the beach and I trust him slightly more with rotting horse manure than I do Nori, so he stayed up at the cottage with Willie. Let's get going. Thank you, Jack. Because it's rotted down and it's been rained on loads, the horse manure doesn't really smell of anything. It does, however, smell of coconut here because there's gorse blossoms out and this gets the sun. It's south facing, so it gets the sun all day. So these really smell of coconut. Definitely a sign that spring is here and summer is on its way. Perfect. Hey, Jack. Come on then. Definitely time for a proper beach clean and a collection, so we need to get a skip for this lot. Come on, up again. Come on, up. Good boy. Don't eat it, okay? Good boy. Good boy.
How's it going?
Alright, it's time for the This is like rotted down horse manure off of the ponies that live in our glen. And we were chatting to our postie actually, Emma, who's also a crofter, and she recommended that we use the fresh stuff on the beds after the end of the season, and then it'll rot down over winter and it'll refertilise the soil over winter time.
But this is already rotted, isn't it?
Yeah, so this has been there a long time.
More than that one, I reckon.
And we might put some seaweed on as well when we do that over winter.
Over
so it
winter,
can all
yeah.
rot down, it can put nutrients into the soil. This is the plan. Hope it works.
Right, that's ready to rock. Let's hope that we get some potatoes now.
Woo!
That'll do for now. Let nature do the rest.
It's 2 days before we go on holiday to the Outer Hebrides. We're getting the ferry from Uig and going across to Tarbet and staying on the Isle of Harris. And we're keeping quite a close eye on the weather because conditions aren't great. We had a big storm at the weekend just gone. It was Storm Kathleen. Wind speeds were forecasted around 60 miles an hour, and I think they actually topped out in measurement about 89 miles an hour on the island. So needless to say, the ferry services were off over that weekend. It calmed down since and it has picked up again. Forecast today is about 40-45 mile an hour winds. The Uig to Tarbet service is looking okay at the moment. We just have to wait and see what happens, but we're both a little bit nervous and unsure about what's going to happen because if they do cancel the ferry service, we don't know what happens. We're not sure if they just sort of postpone it and you just get on the next sailing, or if they just cancel your trip and you have to try and book a new one on the journeys that are already full potentially. So yeah, we don't really know what's happening. It's all adding a little bit to the stress because we're already quite worried about taking the boys on the ferry because it'll be the first time we've done that. We're hoping hoping we get across to Harris, and we're hoping we get some nice weather, because honestly, it has some of the most beautiful beaches in the whole country, on the Isle of Harris especially. And we really want to see them in some good-ish weather. A little bit of sunshine would be nice, but it's looking like it might be quite a wet and wild trip. So we'll just have to see how it goes. I'm also here at the window because I'm checking on our seedlings, and we're also wondering what we're going to do with them because we're going away for a full week. And the seedlings have all been sort of popping up. They came up really quickly. I have a feeling we might have overwatered some because there's some drooping lettuces especially. And we planted some more herbs and some spinach and some squash seeds that my friend sent me from down south. They've only just started to sprout. We're wondering if we can get one of our neighbours to come and just have a little check on them, or if we can just leave them with a bit of water in the tray. We want them to go well because we want to plant them out when we get back, when hopefully the weather calms down a bit. We'll just have to see. If they don't survive, then we'll just have to plant again and see what happens. It is pretty wild out there. I mean, there's white horses on our loch, which is a sea loch. It's like an inlet into the glen, so it's usually pretty sheltered. It's probably pretty wild out on the open sea. So even if we do get on the ferry, it's likely to be quite a rough crossing. It's not nice outside. As always folks, thank you so much for watching our video. We really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please do leave us a like or a comment. Our videos come out every Sunday at 6 PM UK time, and if you don't want to miss out on the adventures, please do subscribe to help support our channel.
If you did enjoy the video and you want to support the channel further, you can do so over on Ko-fi. You can buy us a coffee, or you can buy the dogs a wee treat. And what I really mean is to help with the running costs of this channel.
Or if you want to help us out more long term, you can join our amazing community over on Patreon, where you get extra content, including an extra bonus video each month for helping us out.
If you're interested in our creative endeavours, you can go over to Sarah's Etsy store. Or if you're interested in my music, you can go over to my Bandcamp page.
As usual, all the links to these pages are in the video description below.
Thanks again for watching, and we will see you next week. We're leaving our suburban life, moving over the sea to Skye. Are we chasing a dream? I guess in time we will see, when we're living the Skye life. Living the Skye life. In our creative endeavours, you can go over to...
Oh my tippy toes.
Third breakfast.
Third breakfast?
Yeah.
Hungry monster. We've got some kayakers in the house, folks. Well, the loch. You know what I mean. And we can always make more this season anyway.
Tripod?
Nori's just knocking over a tripod. First thumb hit.
He's trying to eat me.
Yeah, he does that. Stealing me glove. Have a look, I'm coming, but you, this is where you'll be. You will be here, but you're small. Small like this.
Thanks. Is that the expression I have on my face as well?
Visual aid, yes. Hi, I'm Ted, I was older. Yeah. It doesn't have to think, eh?
It's so lovely.
We need some salt, rock salt, which we haven't prepared yet.
Oh, shush. Shush. Yes, I know.
Click here to subscribe to live in the Skye life.
Click here to go back to the start of our adventures with our very first episode.